Hey everybody, welcome back to Bald Guy Money. Now, as we approach the end of the year, I am doing my best to read the macroeconomic situation in order to be able to pass on the best information to you all watching out there before we enter 2023. And even though I don't have a crystal ball, if we take a look back at some of my predictions over the last year and a half, you can see here that I didn't do too poorly. As we hit my gold price target early in the year, we missed my silver price target, and I will talk more about that in an upcoming video where I will give new targets. But we hit my bottoms both on silver, which bottomed out at $17 per ounce, and gold, which dipped only ever so slightly below the $1,650 level. And my stock market prediction from October 2021 came perfectly true, with a 25% pullback from the 2021 high to the 2022 bottom. And I will put the links to all those videos in the description below in case you want to keep me honest and check if I'm telling the truth. So, as we're entering 2023, I think it's important to share some of my predictions specifically for silver and how I see the situation for silver developing in 2023, starting with my first prediction that I think a major corporation will either invest in or purchase a silver mine outright in 2023. Now, I showed this story in my last video, which talks about Elon Musk being interested in a silver mine. And I also noticed that he followed Wall Street Silver on his platform, Twitter. So he is clearly taking a serious interest in the topic of silver. And with companies around the world trying to shorten their supply chains and assert more control over the resources that go into their products, I think this one is very likely to happen in 2023. The second thing I am looking for in 2023 is a rise in the demand for silver jewelry. Now, to be fair, the Silver Institute accurately foresaw this in 2022, but there are two fundamental reasons I think this is going to continue in 2023. Because as I've stated before, I think the price of gold is actually going to perform very well in 2023, which will ultimately push a lot of jewelry purchasers into silver as a result of higher prices on gold jewelry. That, paired with a clear trend that started in 2022 of celebrities embracing silver, adding it to their jewelry lines, and selling it to the masses via their influence on social media, I don't see this ending in 2023. I see it thriving. Now, my final prediction for 2023 has to do with the price of silver. And I'm asking you all to kindly hear me out before you bombard me with mean comments, because I do not predict that silver will make a new high in 2023. What I do predict is that we will make a new 5-year high in 2023. And that means we will close a week above the $28.27 mark per ounce on silver, which is shockingly as high as silver has gotten over the past 5 years, as you can see on the chart here. But this is very important because it could trigger a whole new wave of interest in investing and stacking silver, just like we saw after the 2011 blow-off top, when lots of people started entering the market due to the phenomenon of FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, and fully explains why, as the price of silver has slowly crept up since 2019, it has resulted in a corresponding increase in bar and coin demand. Because for some reason, people lose interest when the price is flat and relatively low, which is really the best time to be buying. And as I have stated many times before, this, paired with a reopening of China, will likely lead to a crescendo in early 2024, but not in 2023. And I will make one more prediction before answering this video's viewer question, and it is that silver, under the current US dollar system we live in as citizens of this planet, will never, ever go below the $12 per ounce level. And that in 2023, no matter how dark things get, no matter how stormy the seas get, silver will not close below the $17 per ounce mark. And as far as I can see it, we can thank Steve Jobs for that. Rest in peace. Now, just a quick recap on the predictions. Here they are, screenshot them and hold me to them, because if none of these comes true in 2023, I will swallow a silver coin in my first video of 2024, and that's a promise. Now to my viewer question for this video, and it comes from a viewer named Richard Weedman. And Richard asks, when they go to the new digital currency, how can we sell gold and silver? So thank you, Richard, for your question, because I know a lot of people are wondering the exact same thing. And I want to echo what another viewer, Ed B, said in response. Because CBDCs are right around the corner. When they will fully replace cash, I can't say, but I expect it to happen in my lifetime and sooner rather than later. And when it happens, I expect it to work much the same way that cash works today, with the only nuance being that Big Brother will not only be able to see what you're spending your money on, but they'll be able to influence what you spend your money on a lot better than they're able to influence you via the tax system today. And it's not great, but it doesn't mean that one will make the other obsolete. And I don't expect any major fundamental changes in how we buy and use metals versus today. Metals will continue to be a hedge against an irresponsible government and fiat currency. And in the best case scenario for metals, if gold and silver-backed CBDCs are implemented at some point in time, it will be easier to use metals as a day-to-day currency with awareness of its value increasing over time. They will continue to be a good store of value, and they will continue to be a protection mechanism for people around the world to maintain wealth if any of the roughly 200 fiat currency systems enforced worldwide collapses. And there will be collapses and failures, that I can promise. So that's how I see it. It might not be the answer some of you were expecting, but it doesn't change our shared interest in buying metals as a long-term way of protecting our wealth and eventually convert it into other hard assets we may need over time. And more is coming on that specific topic in 2023. That said, I wish you all a happy weekend and a safe New Year's Eve. See you in 2023. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye.